guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Christy, and today I am here to ask for your help. If you see behind me, it says Camo alert. We have a missing veteran out there who has PTSD, and his family is desperately trying to locate him. So I'm asking for you guys to watch this video, share it, like it, get it out there. If you can print off his flyer and post it wherever you're at, that would be greatly appreciated. If you're new to my channel, hi, hello, welcome. I am from a military family going way back. Grandparents in the military. My dad was in the military. My brother was in the military. Heck, I went to college on a ROTC scholarship. My husband is military. My sons are military. Well, the one in Massachusetts got out, but now he works for a company that has government contracts, and he does testing before things go out to the fleet. So this really hits home for me. PTSD is a huge thing in the military. Mental health struggles are a huge thing in the military, and this is what Anthony Doty is dealing with. You may be asking, why does it say Camo alert? Well, let me explain to you what a Camo alert is. Sorry, I'm still not feeling great. My husband is also sick now. So we got the mega notebook today with my notes to make sure that I don't miss anything. I'll go ahead and put his flyer up here. I will be sharing this flyer on all of my socials. So if you follow me on social media, you can download it from there, share it on your social media, or like I said, print it out and post it wherever you're at, especially if you're East Coast. Okay, so Camo Alert is a program, and it's in Texas. I feel like it should be nationwide, but right now it's only in Texas. And it's designed to notify the public of a missing current or former member of the U.S. Armed Forces, as those struggling with mental illness can isolate themselves and disappear without notice. Now, Anthony Doty fits this description perfectly. So even though this is not nationwide, it will be done on my channel. So consider this a country girl's life Camo alert for this guy. I really feel like this should be nationwide. It's issued in a similar way as a silver alert or an amber alert, and we need to be looking out for our current and former military members, especially those that are struggling from mental health problems and PTSD, probably from when they served. So, like I said, this is very, very close to me. I've been talking with his mother to get more information and details about the case, that we can kind of be on the lookout for, identifiers and just a little more than what we have just here on the missing flyer. So I'm going to go over all of that with you here in this video. So Anthony Doty, he's an Army veteran. He suffers with mental health and PTSD. He's 37 years old, 6'1", and 240 pounds. He was last seen on September 9th, 2022 in Pittston, Pennsylvania. He was driving a white Ford Camo with North Carolina plates. He has a service dog named Helli, who is always with him. So I'm going to show you, I have a picture of the van. This is the van that he was driving. And that's him and his service dog, Helli. And here's another shot where you can see the van as well as Anthony and Helli. Let me put a picture up here of, there we go. so you can kind of see his tattoos and things, because we're going to go over all of that. So apparently before police knew he was missing, they spotted him on the 13th. He was sleeping in his van in a parking lot, and they directed him to a local homeless shelter there in the Pittston, Pennsylvania area, but he never went to the homeless shelter. And his mom feels like it was probably because he would never leave his dog, and he's not going to go stay at a homeless shelter where he cannot bring his dog. And unfortunately, as often happens with these cases, the crazies and cruel people come out of the woodwork, and sadly, this family has seen that side of people. They've had people come out and say they found Anthony and were trying to get money from the family because they said, you know, we need to take him to the hospital or what have you. And it's just really cruel, and I ask that just stop. They don't need this. They're struggling as it is. They're having issues getting the missing persons report filed because he is 37 years old. His mother tried, but since he did not live with her, she can't do it. So there's not a lot of help from police, and that's why I'm here, is to spread the awareness of this case, because I need all of your eyes looking at this case. We need to be on the lookout for him, since the police aren't really involved at this stage. So as far as the crazy and cruel people go, I would ask, and y'all are wonderful in this community. I love you. I love your comment. I just want to say that if you don't have anything helpful or kind to say, please don't comment, because his mother and girlfriend and other family members may watch this video, and I don't want them exposed to anything further that is cruel and unkind. They're getting enough already. If you do have any helpful suggestions on, you know, places they could look or distribute flyers or things like that, feel free to put them in the comments. I will forward them to his mom, and I'm sure she will interact in the comments as well. But only helpful and positive vibes for this family right now, okay? I appreciate it so much. So, like I said, I've been talking with his mom, Michelle, and she told me some specific things that we could look out for and be aware of. As you can see in the picture, he has long hair and a beard. She says that his hair is dark brown with a little bit of auburn in it, and his beard is more reddish. His most distinctive tattoos are the ones on his face near his eyes, which you can kind of see in this picture, and they are Celtic rune symbols. He's covered with tattoos. She said both arms pretty much completely covered with tattoos. One elbow that you can see in this picture is tattooed completely black. His other distinctive tattoos are the ones on his knuckles. One hand has EST period, you know, like the abbreviation for established, EST period, and the other one has 1984 across his knuckles. She thinks the top of one hand has a rabbit or jackalope face on it. So let's talk about his dog, because he's always with his dog. He loves the dog. So, and it is a service animal. Let me see, I think the other picture. There we go. So we're going to talk about the dog, because that's another thing to look for, is the dog, because if you find the dog, he's probably nearby. So she is a small female pit bull. She's very striking. Her coloring is very blue, silver with white, and his mom said that many people comment on it when they see her. She's super friendly and she has a collar on with her name engraved. It's Helli, Helli, like Kelly with an H. He loves walking in the woods with his dog. Helli means everything to him. He told his mom that Helli has saved his life more than once, and he raised her from a tiny pup. So like I said, if you see Helli, he's probably nearby. So keep an eye out for her, and she would have that collar on with her name engraved. So I mentioned that he struggles with mental health and PTSD, and he has a fear of government and law enforcement. Now, this is significant because if and when law enforcement does get involved, they would need to be very cautious when approaching him because of his fear of them. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're watching this and you're law enforcement and you come across him, please keep that in mind. Please keep that in mind. He and his girlfriend lived in North Carolina. They had moved there from Arizona a few years ago. His grandma and aunt live in North Carolina nearby where they settled. They moved back to Pittston, Pennsylvania, because that is where his girlfriend is from, and they were staying with her mom until they got on their feet. They came to Pennsylvania with the intention of his girlfriend starting her own business, and they had taken out a loan for business equipment. Anthony was becoming more paranoid, and he lost his phone one evening. It had fallen down the car seat. I'm sure that we've all dealt with this. I know I have, that depending on where you set your phone, sometimes it'll just like slide off right in between, mine will slide between my seat and the console, or sometimes it'll slide off on the other side between the seat and the door. Well, that is what had happened with his phone, but with him in the state of mind that he was in, he thought that his girlfriend had purposely hidden his phone from him. So he left and he went and he bought a burner phone to replace the phone. And his girlfriend said that he's never been out of contact for more than several hours. So he has either now turned off his phone or allowed the battery to die because they cannot reach him anymore. He has mentioned living off the grid in the past when he was on high alert and scared. He has mentioned that. So he could be off in a remote area living in his van with his dog. His mom says that he was very successful in the military. He had high security clearances and traveled all over the world. He was even flown to Washington, D.C. to receive awards while he was in the military. After that, he was a successful custom Harley builder and built motorcycles for many famous people. He's highly intelligent and kind. He practices yoga and meditation and is a voracious reader. He loves travel and has backpacked all over Europe and rode his motorcycles all over as well. So, to kind of get a little more into the timeline, the 9th was the last time his girlfriend saw him. She texted and talked to him when he got the new burner phone. The last time that she got any contact from him, either text or call, was on the 11th. He was spotted on the 13th by the police, but remember, they were not aware that he was a missing person at that time, and they directed him to the local homeless shelter because he was sleeping in his van in a parking lot. But he never went to the shelter, so the 13th is the last time he was seen by anyone in the Pittston, Pennsylvania area. I'm going to go ahead and switch the picture back to the flyer so you guys can focus on that. That's got 2 pictures on it. So I asked his mom, since they had recently moved from North Carolina, could he possibly have headed back to North Carolina because he does have family there. And she said someone thought they saw him a few nights ago in North Carolina. His girlfriend said that Anthony had a second edition special book he had been waiting for, and she was wondering if he had gone back to North Carolina to see if it was at their old post office because they didn't leave a forwarding address. His mom emailed a flyer to that post office and explained the situation and asked them to contact her if they see him. So remember, he's a voracious reader. He loves to read. So that book would be very important to him. So, you know, it is very likely that maybe he was traveling there to retrieve that book. It makes sense. Anthony has never been out of contact for any extended period of time, especially with his girlfriend. And you know, in cases like this, that any kind of change or break in routine is very significant. And this is a big change in his patterns and routines. So I think that's very significant. At this point, he would have reached out to someone, and he hasn't reached out to anyone. His girlfriend wasn't worried the first couple of days because of the phone contact that she had had with him. She thought he was just mad and he would return. His mom stresses that this is not like him to have no contact with any of them for this amount of time. And like we say, it's hashtag trust the family. We have to trust the family. They know him the best. So if they say this isn't like him, we have to take them at their word. And if this isn't like him, then that means there's something wrong. He has his own bank account with plenty of money. He's fully disabled through the military. The family has no way of seeing his account or where he used his card. So there's no way to really track, you know, has he bought food for himself and his dog? Has he filled up with gas? Anything like that, because they don't have access to that account. It is good to know that he has plenty of money. So if he is out there somewhere, he does have the means and resources to take care of himself and his dog. If you have any information about Anthony Doty's disappearance or whereabouts, please call 570-470-1999 or 480-521-8206. And of course, I will have all of that information in the description box below this video. His mom has been doing regular updates on her TikTok page. It's Michelle Lee Photography. So if you want to follow her on TikTok so you can get the updates, go ahead. I will also be following this and staying in contact with the mom, and I will bring you any significant updates. Hopefully soon I will be back here to tell you that they found Anthony and they've been reunited and everything is okay. That is the outcome that we are praying for. I want to show you real quick his mom's latest update on TikTok, just so you can see what they're going through. And I think it's always good to hear the family talk about their person. So I'm going to go ahead and play Michelle's TikTok for you guys. Here we go.
Hi everybody, it's Monday. I wanted to update everybody. I know so many people are invested in their watching and their sharing, and I just really appreciate it. But we don't have any new news. We still can't get a hold of him. His phone is dead or off. It's a burner phone. We have no way of locating it, tracking it. None of that. Mental illness is a hard thing, and there's no rhyme or reason to what he is thinking right now. We don't know. We're just hoping that he has some mental clarity at some point, and we'll hear our voices in our text messages that we send. I've been sending voice messages to hoping that he will hear me and hear how upset I am and reach out and let somebody. And I told him it doesn't even have to be me, just somebody you know, somebody, just let somebody know you're okay and you're safe. So that's where we're at with that. I did contact a director of homeless shelters in the area today. They were very kind and asked me to send over the flyer so they can put it up in their few different locations in case somebody did see them, could encourage him to call his family, his loved ones. We had a potential sighting maybe in North Carolina. He could have decided to go back there. We just don't know. When somebody is mentally ill, and I just don't want to go into detail about that. It's my son's privacy. I hope you understand. I just don't want to reveal and embarrass him. It's a very hard line that I'm walking here, and his girlfriend. So out of respect for him, I'm not going to say much more other than he has PTSD and he has mental illness, and there's no rhyme or reason to why he's doing what he did or what is going on. We just want him to be safe and know that he's loved and people care about him. And today we had more assholes come out of the woodwork and do cruel things and try to extort money out of us, and saying that they rescued my son and they needed money to get him to a hospital in Minnesota. So I guess that's when you share stuff on social media, that's what you're going to get. So I was not fully prepared for that somebody would be that cruel and try to do that, but that's what's happening. So, but thank you again to everyone that has been sharing and invested in reaching out to me. We so appreciate it, and I will keep you posted about what's going on. Thank you.
All right, so like I said in the beginning, I come from a military family, and in the military, we come together to help each other when somebody is in need. And also in the military, you have friends scattered far and wide. So when I ask you to please help me find this veteran of the Army, and I say, I don't care where you are, please post this. In his state of mind, we don't know what he could be thinking. He used to live in Arizona, and he probably has friends scattered all over, and maybe he got it into his mind that he wanted to see one of them. So if you're on the East Coast, especially if you're in the Pennsylvania area, even North Carolina, anywhere in between, if you could share this, I would really appreciate it. But I really want you to share it no matter where you are. If you think about it, on social media, most of us have friends from other areas than besides right where we're at. So if you share it on your social media, someone somewhere else may see it, and maybe they know something. So please just share the video, share his missing flyer, anything you can do. And like I said, give us a thumbs up so it'll get boosted in the algorithm and more people will become aware of Anthony Doty missing. And I will follow it. I will bring you updates. Like I said, I hope soon I can bring you a happy update that he's been found and everybody's been reunited. In the meantime, keep the family in your thoughts and prayers. I know that they really need a lot of comfort and strength to get up and continue their search every day. And as always, I thank you so much for spending part of your day with me and learning about this case, learning about Anthony Doty, and learning about Camo alerts. I've said it a million times, but I really believe it. If we come together as a community, as a social media community, all of us together can do great things for a lot of people. And right now, I want to do something great for this family. So thank you for being here. And as always, I will see you all in the next one.